What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to. We've got a story to tell you today. Roll that intro. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk with me, Dan, and today Andy as well. And what a couple of weeks we've had with some random guitar purchases. So I have been looking for ages for a birth year guitar, a 1985 guitar, and nothing against these brands, but like the world is full of 1985 Ibanez Roadsters, West Tone Spectrums, and some very random things that I wanted to get something really good. I had a Tokai 1985 Strat for a little bit, but I was like, nah. This came up at an absolute bargain price. I had no idea really what it was. I paid £1,100 for this. It is a Gibson Q300 with the 3 P90 pickups that has actually ended up being one of the rarest Gibsons ever made. Custom shop, 1,100 quid. I still have no idea what it is. If you are watching this video and you know about the Cube, especially this one with the 3 P90s, please do reach out to me at dan@guitargeargiveaway.co.uk and talk to me about this guitar. Yeah, it's absolute powerhouse of a guitar. And Andy, what have you got?
What is this you made me buy that I absolutely love? This is a Gibson M3. It's a 1993. It's Gibson's sort of idea of doing something new.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this. I knew they existed, but I didn't know anything about it until I got back and Dan told me all the specs. It's got like a maple and walnut body, neck through, maple neck with bits in, really powerful pickups, Strat settings, switchy switch. Light as hell, really fast player, and I absolutely love the way it sounds.
Andy's owned this guitar for 2 hours and it's already been an absolute voyage of discovery.
It's blown my mind. It's got the original case, all the documentation. Okay, it's had a roll and pickup fitted. I think that makes it cooler because it was a 90s guitar and that's what you did.
And I think Andy should put the Roland. It's already got the holes in it.
I don't care. I am not putting that on there.
Andy, can you imagine your wife coming home, walking up the driveway and being like, who's playing saxophone in the house? And she walks in and you're just there waggling a Floyd Rose on that and like saxophone noises are coming out.
I mean, I like the vintageness of it, but I'd have to get that massive great pedal board thing that's like the organ pedals on it.
Oh no, they do a slimline version of it these days, a really slimline version.
Oh great, I'll get it, yeah. Sounds like a really good idea. Yeah.
So, going over the specs on these a little bit, because we kind of know the specs of Andy's, we'll start with this. So when Andy got this and got it out of the case, he was like, oh, it's going to be a mahogany body and all that stuff.
That's what I naturally thought being Gibson.
Not the kind of wood you would expect. And then
it makes sense though now, because this neck's wafer thin and it's really hard. If that was mahogany, that'd be off by now.
Yeah, and the pickup selections on both these guitars, we'll go into this, is
wild.
Yeah, we were like in the shop saying to the guy like, I'm not entirely sure this works. It's like, was it a coil split? And well, this doesn't work.
Yeah, this thing here.
And then I read the specs, and so Andy, take them through.
Right, so now I do know. On position 1, and it is labelled 1 and 2, which I really like, in a really nice gold Gibson lettering. So I've been a Gibson geek. I love that. So 1 is like, it's a 5-way Strat. So it's like, there's your single chords. Twin. Up to here. For the tuning in advance, I cannot tune it because when I was setting the truss rod just an hour ago, I snapped a string, but I can still play it because it's got a locking trem.
But you can unlock it to tune it properly.
But there's the single chord
and also, being completely honest, both of these guitars need refrets.
Big style. Well, it needs a bit of work as well, which is going to get this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's the Strat side of things. I say Strat, it's not really Strat, but it's sort of 90s in between sounds, which is cool. Cleans up really well, which I wasn't expecting. And then number 2 is your classic Gibson humbuckers, but this is Gibson in the 90s. Go on in, Dan.
So you got a five-way switch for all your Stratty tones. Putting it in position 2, 1, 2, and 3 are like your standard Les Paul controls. So humbucker, 2 humbuckers, neck humbucker.
Yep.
Position number 4 brings in a sweep at around 3K to give you that tone, womanish tone, that
Santana-ish sort of thing. I think.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, I could be wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm making this up.
And then position number 5 does nothing. It just turns it off.
It's nothing. They thought, I should do position 5. I haven't got nothing, Dave. Nothing. All right, nothing.
Do you want Peter Green tones, out of phase tones, anything like that? No, we'll just turn it off.
Turn it off. It's kill switch. So there we go. So this is the humbucker tones. Again, apologies for the tuning. It's not perfect. But it does clean up. Oh, it's the woman.
Let's put the 3K sweep.
Take it down again. I love the ergonomics. The volume control's just here for all the... Sorry about that, but the harmonics are amazing on it. Love it.
And then I've got obviously the Q300. This is an absolute mystery as to what this does.
So, no one knows.
For a start, so when I got this guitar, I bought it because I was like, I want something interesting. I got it, and then I was looking up Q300, and you couldn't really find any information on them. So the first thing I did when it came in the post was I did what I normally do. I restrung it because it had rusty strings on it, cleaned up the frets, took the pickups out just to see like what's it got in it, are they original? And then obviously I Googled the pickups that were in here, and straight away there's like a set of these P90s on eBay for like 900 quid for a set of 2. They're like apparently really rare P90s. So that was the start. Selection wise, the little I could find was that it's got a 3-way pickup selector switch and then a phase switch. But they're both 3-way switches, so I'd have thought a phase switch would be in phase or out of phase.
I can't work it out, Dan.
And we sat with a screwdriver, like tapping the pickup, and we cannot work out what it does. But
it's a mystery.
It's
hard to work it out.
Yeah.
I can't work it out.
Apparently, because the Les Paul was dying in the 80s, this was Gibson's attempt at getting in on the super shredder scene.
I get that, I get it.
And what better way than to make a super Strat style guitar, put 3 P90s on it, and just whack a Kahler on there.
I can't work that bad, because they're not even high output P90s.
Yeah, I
do not understand what they were doing, but hey, that's Gibson in the 80s.
I even saw a rumour that, so there's also the Q100, which is just a single bridge humbucker.
Well, that sort of makes sense.
The guitar was developed as a prototype for an Eddie Van Halen signature guitar.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so how they went from like, oh, maybe what Eddie would like, along with the single humbucker, is a one that's got a 3 P90s on it.
And a very complex phase switching mechanism.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what you was thinking, I suppose.
So that's why I say, if you know about these guitars and you know what these switches do, then please do reach out to Dan at guitargeargiveaway.co.uk and let me know. So By the way, if anyone, because you guys always ask me when I don't point out what we're using, so I'm going into my FM9 on the James Valentine artist presets. So this is what the Maroon 5 guitarist uses live. This is his Dumble tone that I'm using. Andy is going through his, let's say, modified Dumble tone on his Kemper.
Which is my sound.
Yes, that's his gigging
my
tone.
gigging tone with that going on.
Yes, so I went Dumble as well, just so we could kind of match a little bit, as much as your high output.
I mean, my tone normally isn't like this.
Yeah.
Usually I'm playing with P90s or a single core telly or something like that.
Yeah.
My amp is not normally sounding like this. I've never heard so many harmonics, so that's incredible in itself. So thank you, Dan, for getting me to buy it. Because I never buy any guitars, I'm like, you crazy guys. And you said, no, you got to get it, it's individual. And I'm so, so glad that I have done, because it's just so different than everything I own. Okay, it's 1,200 quid, it's 1,200 quid, but in guitar world of prices nowadays, you can't get a lot of Gibson for that money.
So
you really can't, especially 90s Gibson.
So we got these from GC Music in Taunton. We went there because they've got a Gibson R9 in at the moment that we got for a competition.
Yeah.
And it's about a 2-mile walk from the studio. It's in the mid 20 degrees today, so it's not.
It's hot.
We're wearing jeans and everything, and we went for a good old long walk down a very big hill to the shop. Andy saw this and instantly fell in love with it, but didn't want to buy it. Andy is terrible for saying, I'm going to buy myself a guitar and then just not doing it. The last time Andy bought a guitar, like, Andy is very fortunate enough to own a 1952 Gibson Les Paul, first year Les Paul Standard, whatever you want to call it. Andy is very lucky to own one. I was here when he bought it, and I'll put a picture here of Andy when he bought it, where he was just sat on the floor upstairs for 10 minutes, not saying a word, where you could tell he was like really excited, but at the same time was like, what the hell have I just done?
It's like when you buy your first house, you're excited, but also like, whoa, here we go, this is serious.
I've got to sell most of my guitar collection to pay for this. What have I done? Like, it's cool, but this is a silly decision. Today, we were in the shop and Andy was just like, no, like, I love it, but I can't buy it. No. So we walked all the way back up the hill in the heat, 2 miles to the studio.
Yep, we did.
We got to the studio and Andy was like, I really want to get one.
So we looked online to see what. Because this one's been modified with the Roland thing, and I was like, oh, I reckon I can get one that's up together, a bit tidier. Because it's been gigged heavily. Did that, found out.
There was one in Germany, 1,700 quid. There was one somewhere in the UK for £3,000.
It's outrageous.
And Andy was like, oh, that's a really good deal, isn't it? And I was like, look, if you want it, like, sleep on it, transfer me the money tomorrow. I'll go back down there and I'll get it for you if you want it. Yeah. And then you can pick it up next week. And he was just like, his wife phoned and he was like, oh yeah, I was thinking about getting this guitar. And she's like, oh, you should do it. You should get it. So we walked back 2 miles in the heat.
Literally, we were here for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, to the guitar shop, and then traipsed the big case up the hill, another 2 miles, back to the studio. And now Andy's got this, and I've never seen him so excited about owning a guitar. You've got some lovely Telecasters. You've got a PRS 22.
Just a 22 Arch pack,
yeah. You've a Gretsch and some great guitars, and I've never seen him so excited as to own this guitar.
I don't think I've been this excited since my dad bought me that 1993 Les Paul Standard when I was 14. From a junk shop in Torquay, and my Marshall 412 that I got separately. That was exciting because I was a kid and it was like, oh, there it is. But like the 59 Les Paul I bought, I rang Sam on the way to Junior, and I was like, oh, what have I done? Because at the time it was £4,500, which now seems ridiculous. Yeah. But that's how much it was. I was like, oh, this is silly. I shouldn't have done it. He's like, no, this is, it's investment, and glad I did buy it because it's gone up a bit and I love it. But there was still that feeling of that's an awful lot of money. That's an awful lot of money. I had to sell everything, borrow all this sort of stuff. Same as a 52, everything went. Hence, I've only got a few guitars now, nice ones, but a few. This, not saying 1,200 quid's nothing. It's a lot of money still. But given the price of guitars nowadays, Epiphones and stuff like that, and Fenders. This is a full fat Gibson, same as yours.
Yeah.
From an era that I think is cool as hell. I love 80s and 90s rock stuff. That's a lot of fun for the money. Awful lot of fun. Very professional.
So we've been on a
Hunt.
Yes, an absolute guitar safari.
Do you think, sorry to interrupt, but do you think, before I forget, we're the only people in the UK, or maybe the world, that has these two guitars in one place?
Well,
Given how rare that is,
yes.
it is a possibility. I'm not saying it's so, but it is a possibility.
Apparently, it is not documented how many of these there are, especially in this configuration with the 3 P90s. It's the rarest one. They say less than 100 were made. That was in 85, 86, I think. So given mahogany, I think it's got a mahogany neck on this one, how, you know, the 80s were, with this style of music, was a, you know, I can imagine someone grabbing the Kayla arm and just bouncing it up and down. How many of these have survived?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, because on this one, you got, you know, there's not much meat there.
Yeah, so I mean, for all I know, there could be like 10 of these left in the world.
Yes, very rare.
And yeah, I can't believe I've ended up with this. I said at the time, like, the only reason I get rid of it, when I bought it, before I knew what it was, I said, it's really cool. The only reason I'd get rid of it is if like a nice 1985 Gibson Les Paul came up. There was one that was on Rich Tone Music a while ago, and I should have bought it. It was like £2,000. I should have got it, but I didn't. And I said, if a 1985 Les Paul comes up, then I will probably sell this and I'll get the 85 Les Paul just because it's more iconic. Now that I know what this is and how rare it is, there's no way it's going anywhere.
No, how much fun can you have with that? I mean, every time you have people over, whip that out and go, what do you reckon this is then?
I've just,
It's a party piece.
When I gig in my pseudo rock country pop band, and I whip this out,
Yeah.
play a nice little bit of country on it, then yeah, I'm sure everyone will be like, what the hell is that you're playing? And the same, I can't wait for you to see you whip that out on stage with your country rock.
I've done some gigs before, right, and people go, oh, Andy, have you got your 52 Les Paul? I'd love to see it. Have you got your 59 Junior? I've come to have to look at it because you don't usually see these guitars out in festivals and gigging and stuff, and most people bang them in a safe and never use them. When I do gig them, oh, have you got that? No, I've got something even rarer. Oh, what is it? Ah, look at this. It's an M3. Oh, what? Sorry? Get that out.
Yeah.
I'll blow their minds.
So I would say I am a guitar enthusiast where I buy and sell a lot of guitars. I buy guitars just because I like the look of it. I want to try one. I've not tried it before. Get it in, have my fun with it, sell it on, buy something else. Andy is an absolute Gibson enthusiast. Absolutely loves Gibsons. And one of the really cool things about this guitar is when I got it and I sent Andy pictures of it, Andy was just like, I've never heard of it.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's got to be a laugh. It's got to be a joke. It's got to be like a one-off, like.
I thought it was a prototype.
You thought they'd carved it out of
an Explorer or something.
An Explorer. You were like, it's got an Explorer headstock. Maybe they've carved it out of an Explorer body. And then it turns out there's an actual series of guitars that they made.
Yeah, totally wrong.
And it was great. I got a giddy message from Andy at about midnight saying that I'd led him on a complete voyage of discovery from doing lots of research trying to find out about the guitar, which is in none of your Gibson books.
No, every single one has completely ignored it.
Yeah.
It did no mention, and that's what blew my mind, because I'm sure, by the way, I'm sure there's a book somewhere with it, and just because I've not got it.
Yeah.
But I've got a fair few, and there's nothing in it about that. I mean, in all fairness, there's not a lot about this one either.
Yeah, they probably just wanted to hide it because of the lovely decision they made with the 3 P90s and the... why put the strap lock here?
I have no
Why
idea.
put the strap button here underneath? Like on the back, on the side, and because this is in actually very, very good condition.
It is.
I don't want to move the strap button and put an extra hole in it. Like with yours, you've got extra holes
But
in
mine
it.
came later. I think they learned some lessons.
I would happily, like, you know, even that, like I could go, I'll just screw a hole there. It's already got some extra holes in it. I'll just put it there. But like, I don't want to do that with
No,
this.
that'd be wrong. 'Cause it's so good
but
condition.
it's so like.
It's so. Do you reckon the same person who designed the strap positions thought of the 3 P90s? I think it's quite possible they did.
Oh, back again. Sorry, Amazon delivery. Yeah, the only thing I've done to this is I've put actual strap locks on it
Have you
in
now?
place. I can't go out and gig it with no strap locks on, where the strap sits at that angle that angle.
I cannot understand it. The same person must have designed that and thought, oh, 3 low output P90s in this rock guitar.
Is it because it's like 80s? They just expected that everyone was going to stand and just play it with their foot up on the monitor like that, and they were like, oh, that's the perfect place to put the strap. So
I get it.
Like that.
Well, don't get me wrong, P90s can rock out. I love them, but they're low output P90s. It's bewildering. I think it's an awesome guitar. It's just the looks are different than the tone. Anyway.
What happens if I put this on ODS lead? You're right, it is a tone. What pickup was I on?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, no one knows. No one knows.
I am happy when I got this back. I was relieved. I was thinking, is this going to be is this going to be so confusing? But luckily, I can access just a bridge humbucker.
Yeah.
Which I know sounds obvious. Dan has got no control over this.
I might be able to, but I don't know.
Yeah, but every time you do this, right, same position, it still sounds different when you go back to that. But it's like Jumanji. The bits move as you go.
Yeah, it's like, are we on the neck pickup?
Don't know. Could be.
Got to get off that.
It's literally like Jumanji. The pieces move as you play it. Is that guitar magic?
Like, that sounds like a neck humbucker or a neck P90.
I don't know what that is.
It all sounds like neck pickup.
It's all a lot of neck. It's all a lot of neck.
Yeah, so there are some lessons to be learned about this guitar, which I'm sure I will learn in due course, but there we go. So that has been
a voyage
of discovery for me and Andy to end up with our Gibson Super. Look at the headstocks going
the
opposite
angle
ways.
and dangle on that. Yeah. It's just out of control.
You've got like the classic banana, and I've got the banana, but because it's the 80s, they just went, yeah, let's make it jaunty. Bang!
It's so cool, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So there you go.
80s-ness and 90s-ness.
And a couple of Gibson Super Strat things.
Yeah.
What can I say? What have we done?
Well, thank you, Dan, for making me buy it, because I am one happy guitarist. I can't wait to spend the weekend getting this up and running.
I am one confused guitarist.
Well, there we go. Thank you, Dan.
So, as I say, we will see you in another video. Like the video, subscribe if you want to, and we will see you in another one. Bye. Right, so what I've discovered is someone decided to fit in the guitar this thing called a tone choke. It's some kind of weird coil thing that essentially zaps all the high end from your guitar. Who gets one of these, puts it in the guitar so that everything sounds like the neck pickup, and goes, that's perfect, that is exactly what I want. Get out of my guitar.